Hey there, welcome to Sepia Speaks, where we talk about all things hotels and the hospitality business. My name is Ricky, and I've been in the hospitality and tourism business for over 30 years. I've not seen it all, but I've seen plenty. Sepia Speaks is about my sharing these. Today, we will talk about why hotels have so many rates. To do this, let me share a true story. This happened in a meeting my team and I had with the board of directors of a hotel owning company. In one of these meetings, we were deep diving into hotel pricing when suddenly one of the directors threw up his hands and exclaimed that we hoteliers have got it all wrong. He said, "I cannot understand why there are so many rates in your hotels. In my previous industry, our products have only 3 prices." And then a second director quit. "Yes, this is totally confusing. You guys have got it all wrong. How can you expect to manage the hotels when you have so many different types of pricing?" And another said, "In my last company, we had corporate rates from Hotel X. And we were told they only have one corporate rate and it was non-negotiable." And so it went on for quite a bit. And our poor head of marketing was having a very hard time trying to simultaneously answer questions, explain the nature of the business, and fending off a barrage of further remarks and insistence that hotels should have no more than 5 rates. 5 rates? Hold on there, I said. Are we talking about rate types or rate categories or just rates? Obviously, that question itself went over everybody's heads, right? So after a moment of embarrassing silence and almost like a flick of a switch, the onslaught of insistence resumed in earnest. And I finally had to step in because our head of marketing was getting really flustered at that point. So I said, "Honorable members of the board, please allow me to explain." I started with this. How many categories of rooms do we have in our hotels on an average? Say 5, would you agree? And with each of these, there is a possibility of single, double, or triple occupancy, right? And logically, each of these occupancy types would have their own different pricing. That makes 15 prices just as a base for the average hotel. And every hotel would typically have a breakfast bundle option, right? They'll make another 15, giving a total of 30 different pricing just as a base for your hotel. So if we were to look at special rates like those given to corporates to start with, now we just assume that your hotel has only 3 tiers of corporate rates and all of these are not given options to unbundle breakfast. You will take 15, multiply by 3 to get you 45 rates just for corporates alone. Now, if we do the same for tour operators' rates with the same assumptions, a conservative 3 tiers only, with no breakfast unbundling options, and you get another 45. These alone would total up to 90 rates. Now comes retail or consumer pricing. Assuming that your hotel doesn't use a system-generated recommended pricing and that you use a fixed tier system, and if your total tiers are only limited to 5 to cover your pricing for weekdays, weekends, public holidays, and other peaks, etc., you can end up with a total of 75 rates. Multiply that by 2 for breakfast options, which is pretty much the norm for retail pricing, and you are looking at 150 rates. Add that to your original 90, and you're now already up to 240 rates. And bear in mind that I've not even touched on gimmicks like refundable rates, early birds, and a host of other specials. I've also not touched on other segments like government, groups, tour series, and a whole slew of segments with their own dedicated rate types. So obviously, I didn't win any popularity contest after pointing all that out. But at the rate the meeting was going, it was necessary for me to jump in. So, why do hotels have so many different rates? 2 reasons actually. One is simply having more rate tiers increase our yield opportunities. We can then fine-tune our pricing to anticipated demand patterns. Simple logic. Number 2, We need to have various rates and tiers for various segments of the market in order to enable us to work with partners to widen our distribution. For example, we need to ensure that the rates we give to corporates are more advantageous than what Joe consumer can get on the streets on a retail basis. Otherwise, there is no value to our corporate rates and the corporations would have no incentive to support us. Once again, the reason why hotels have so many rates is simply to optimize yield and to widen our distribution. I hope you liked the story. Thanks for watching. And if you would like me to do a video on a special topic, just write in the comments below or email to us at info@sepiahotels.com. See you in the next Sepia Speaks.